Just did. Hi, Astesh Kumar. So you're working at Appsero from 3 years on MuleSoft. Hi, Nilesh. And you're working with Visio and new to MuleSoft. Welcome to Meetup. Hi, Alex. And you have 1 year of experience. Hi, Navshin Shaikh. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Sorry. So you have almost 1.5 years of experience on MuleSoft. Hi, Vijay. So you work for SafeLight, new to MuleSoft. Welcome to the group. Hi, Abhishek. 5 years of experience on MuleSoft. Hi, Gwik. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Senior MuleSoft developer at Fleet. Hi, Vrunda, new to MuleSoft.
Yeah,
Shaddam
mostly
Sheikh.
relatively new to MuleSoft. I think this will definitely help all these people.
Yeah, we have good amount of participants. So we'll get started. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you guys can see it. Naresh, do you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
Awesome. So this is pretty to the previous meetup we had. Not previous, a meetup before that. So this is on MuleSoft developer onboarding strategy. It means that whenever a group of a organization has MuleSoft developers getting onboarded, like it had a few MuleSoft developers and it wanted them to get the development kickstarted, right? So to do that, instead of developer making efforts to start an API from the scratch, we are presenting some onboarding strategy which helps the organization and the developers in that organization to not develop an API from the scratch. They can pretty much use the existing templates and Maven archetypes. So these steps we'll be seeing in this meetup presentation. So that's the meaning of this meetup title. So we'll start with the introductions, which we just completed. I am Jyoti Kiran, and I'm working so professional services right now, and my employer is Pi Dimensions. I have also from 2017. I work with almost 7 to 6 clients on MuleSoft. I have experience on API-led connectivity, point-to-point approach, and implemented in retail industry and health industries, health domains, and different industries. So yeah, I really like MuleSoft because the way it is developer friendly and the time it takes to complete an integration is pretty fast than any other traditional approach. And the Lego system of its a layered architecture, it really helps in um, making the code reusable, and also it helps in the making the entire architecture of the project much simpler and very powerful, right? And yeah, that is my introduction. Naresh, do you mind giving your introduction?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah,
Sure.
hi everyone. Thanks for joining this evening meetup, and those folks joined from India. Appreciate taking time and encouraging us. So I have almost 15 years of IT experience into middleware technologies and I've been working for MuleSoft for quite some time. Been working, I mean, doing this meetups in last 3 years, I guess. Uh, so I hope everyone is getting benefited with these meetups, and appreciate Jyoti coming up and giving this kind of useful topic, especially for newbies and those who are entering MuleSoft. You know, those who have relatively less experience and trying to uh, get expertise, right? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, Naresh. So yeah, we in the next agenda will be API development template. So when we say development of a template, then we are talking about designing it and also developing it. So to design a template, we use RAML and a design center in the Anypoint platform. So if you see my screen, I'm trying to just develop a simple API, a simple RAML for our template API, which has just an health check and also a resource called products, which is put method. It's very simple. So it should have all these standards, right? Since this is a template, we reuse them across the project among different APIs. So have all the standards and reusable components. We also try to put them into the RAML in the design. So here I'm trying to import some of the fragments which I developed. Like, let me show you. Suppose our API is having the client ID enforcement, right? So we create a fragment in Design Center here. So this is like a RAML library, and it has the security schemes and the client ID enforcement, and it has the authorization as a header, and in the authorizations we have the um, type as string, and which is required the client ID, right? So that's what we are mentioning. Required type required is true, and it gives a response if it's not authorized. So we have this and published over to the Anypoint exchange. So once it's published with a version number, so you can go to the exchange and see the published version. So here is the published one, client ID enforcement. So if you have time, you can also provide the documentation of what this fragment does and how to reuse that. So you can edit this, click on the edit button here and mention the description. And also in detail here. And you can also put images and different styling formats, and it will save. So if I go back and come back, then this is saved. So this is how you develop and publish a fragment. So once you have this fragment ready, so I go back to my API, right, which I'm right now developing in the design center. This is my template API. Ignore these errors. Don't worry about them right now. So in the exchange button here, exchange dependencies, I browse and select the client ID enforcement, which we just published, add one dependency, and this will get added here, client ID enforcement. And also in the files, you'll see in the Exchange modules, it has been import in this format. So this one, to use this fragment, right? This is pretty much the same thing we just imported. So to get this file under use in our main design template, we provide them using the users keyword and a name to that Exchange module. So where is my client ID? Health standard security scheme. So here I pretty much, so, and here it gives you the options of library module. So you can just pretty much just click on it and it will import. So same with the other health. So I have also, we can also go back to the design. I have already developed these fragments to save time in this presentation. So I'll just import from the file, which is already there on my local. I'm providing a name for this fragment, standard health check, and import as a fragment, API fragment. This is imported. So this pretty much has like what an health check should give a response. So it has the timestamp, asset ID, asset version, app name, runtime, environment, status, and details. So when a health check request has been hit to the API, our API, this will pretty much give this response of JSON with the following fields. So I'm going to publish this as a fragment again with the version of 1.0.0 as the base version, and then publish to Exchange. So once it's published to Exchange, Exchange is a place where we have different modules, components, APIs, and different things that can be reusable or which you wanna use in your development. So once it's published, you can see it here. Standard health checks. You found it, right? So now let's go back to our original template which we are designing and try to import that health check fragment which we just developed. So you know the steps by now. You have to go to this Exchange dependencies, click on the add button and select the health check and add one dependency. This will add up. To verify, you can see them here. So in the health, again, I'm trying to just import that. Exchange modules, health check. So the type is been imported here, health.check. The error is gone. Next, we have the standard errors. We can ignore that for now to save. And the traits, we can import the traits. It has the, now we can follow the same steps again. So go to the design center. Now we are trying to do the standard traits. So create. give a name, maybe a fragment. Once it's imported or once you develop, normally you have to code this all. So this trait way has pretty much all the headers, client ID, correlation ID, all these details, publish to exchange. So once it's there on exchange, we need to import it here, standard traits. Once it's imported, we have to let our template API YAML know that it's available through the users keyword, right? So once it's developed, you can see on the right side how it looks. So you can also try it. Uh, use you can so technically you are just trying to mock this service instead of developing um, a, all the code or the integration. So giving some, if you have not given the username and password, then it says request validation error and required header authentication is missing. So this comes because we have given the client ID enforcement, right? So that's the, so I'm trying to give some values for username and password. Now it gives me the 200 success response. So this service is just a mock service. So this when a client is waiting on us on the MuleSoft to provide certain service, um, to at least to validate, right, the basic request responses, you can give this URL. You can turn on the mocking service. So to turn on the mocking service, you can go here, um, click on try it, and yeah, so this URL you can give it to the client. So if I take this URL, copy, and use postman, and send, it should give me the 400 bad response, right? Because I don't have the headers yet. So headers will be the username and password. So this is basically the curl command. Also provide this to the customer. Then the customer can just go in here and then click on import and the raw text and paste this curl command and click on continue and import. So this will come in this way. So once this template is ready, you can publish that to the exchange again with a and version and asset version as 1.0.0. That's as the beginning version. Okay, looks like we already have it. Let me check. Yeah, I have it. Okay, let me put it as a different name. To rename this one, we can go back, click on this and edit button here, and put a spec rename. And then publish to exchange. Now the name has changed, right? Cannot create a new asset with the provided group ID, asset ID, version, state. So it's publishing over to the exchange. Successfully published. So you can go back to exchange and look for template. Now you will see the spec. So if you click on this hamburger button here, you will see which one is published when, and based on that, you can differentiate. So this is the one we just published, template API. So to differentiate this, I'm going to change it to spec. Okay, so this is there. So once we have this raml ready, then we can develop this, right? So to develop this, we can go to the Anypoint Studio, and then so basically we are trying to develop a template. This is all this we have seen in our last meetup, like to do a template API. So a template API is pretty much nothing but an API. It's normally just an API, MuleSoft API, which we create. So this steps API design template we just saw, and how and publishing over to the exchange. So all the steps we just saw, and these are the step-by-step process on how to create fragments and import it to the import those dependencies from it to the raml we were designing. Okay, and creating a template API, creating the API template. This is the step we are looking right now here. So I've already created the template to save time. So this template API is nothing but any other API. Like if you right click and create new Mule project, and then click on finish with the name of template API, then this is ready. But you have to have this goal in mind, what a template API should contain, right? So this API can contain all the common reusable components. So if you see my flow, I have this previously raml here, API template API spec. So if you, since the basic API, right, you have to right click here and then go to the Anypoint platform, download raml from design center, click button. This will download the raml which we just designed over the and published over the exchange. So if you see here, this is right template API spec. So if you click on OK and finish, then that will import here. And not only that, and the dependencies associated with that, like the in the exchange, right? All these will be imported as in the folder structure here. So this is all one combination of all the design we made on the design center. So once it's there, you can right click on this raml and go to Mule and click on generate flows for this local REST API. So if you click this button, then it will generate this file. So this has a listener and also a console and the endpoint which we developed, all the resources. So here we see REST. So uh, this will be the base, right? Base uh, flows which got generated from the design. So to have all the standards implemented to this, we have to do some modifications as our organization requires. So I have put a set variable here, set vars dot resource name, just to get the method attributes dot method, whatever the request I'm getting, and the request URI for logging purpose. So I'm setting a variable, and the variable name is resource name. So to this resource name, I'm appending the method um, with the delimiter of semicolon, and then the request URI. And once I get this into the variable, I'm going to log. This is the start logger. I don't know why it's not showing up.
What happened?
Hello.
What happened?
No, it's not showing the properties. I'm just
Okay, just
let
close
me
and
start. Yeah,
no,
restart.
just close. You want to restart? I think it's loading the metadata. Just close the flows.
Okay, it's showing the data view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are a logger. So it's fine. So this log, you can provide put any number of loggers as per your project requirements. So once loggers ready here and also the console, and also you can provide the global error handling, um, and if a request comes to the health check, then what it should contain, right? You can put it all the standards here. So I'm just trying to check if the incoming request has the client ID, and the URI which I'm setting up here. I'm just checking that, and then once I have it, I'm displaying a message response with the timestamp, all these details which we have seen in the design before, right? So this is the success response, and this will be the um, default message. It says it's running, and then the success log end, and we can also have the implementation. This is where a developer will start working on its functionality, API functionality. It can be a process API, system API, or experience API. This template, you can follow the same template, or you can have different templates, one for process API, a template for system API, template for experience API, or you can just have one template and use across the streams. But as per the industrial standards, the experience APIs which are exposed to the system out, I mean, out of the organization, it has more security. So you can implement the security schemes more there, and make the API design more for public use, right? So you can have one public version of a template and a private version, which will be for the process and system APIs. So this is how you can design templates, and and you can also have all the common configurations in here, like you can put in the configurations like what property files you will be using. If you are using the YAML file, then you can mention it here, property slash common config.yaml. So if you go here, property slash common config.yaml, this has all the details that this project will be using while runtime. And we can put global properties like environment, mule.environment, local or dev properties, and then the encryption key, right? This will key for all the encryptions we will be performing for the sensitive fields in this project. And we have the secure property here, and here we mention which algorithm we are using and decryption. Key, this key we have mentioned it here. Don't want them to be visible here, you can delete them and put them in the runtime configurations. So here in the runtime configurations, in the arguments, you can mention it here as well. D mule.env equal to dev. So this is another way of mentioning the runtime properties on local. If it is on Cloud Hub, you can still have this property in the for the deployed application. Okay, and then I have put the regular environment properties. So this mule.env will act um, dynamically whenever our application is deployed to dev. Then this will be dev.yaml, and if it is uat, uat.yaml, prod.yaml. So this is a dynamic variable. So according to that, see, I have all these property names configured. So developer need not start all this, because some may be um, names here, and will be might be using different terminology. And to save all those and efforts, and to avoid all the confusion, we can design one template with all this setup, and they can pretty much, and saves a lot of time for all the developers. That is the whole purpose of this. Sorry, I hear some echo. Yeah, it's good now. And other configurations, like here we mentioned the global error handler. This acts as a error handler for the entire API. So I have designed some flows here, um, some basic error handling strategy. So this one we can this one can act as a error handler for the entire API. And also the log4j file, right? And this can be also dynamic again as per the API. The file name, which can be of sysmule.home, and then the file separator, and followed by the file, uh, followed by the API name. So this will be one of the change this a developer will be using, to just rename as per his API, so that be coming up on the any point logging or Splunk or New Relic, whatever application you are using, in the appenders, you followed by the log will be displayed if you make changes in this appender. So these things, and you can also do the munit for the all these predefined flows here, and package it, right? And also, if You can have all the dependencies like munit tools, and this is one of the biggest advantage, right? There will be always a version mismatch whenever an API is developed across the team among different developers. So if you use this template, it can be just one template and one version of all the components, right? Used across the board. So this is how we develop a template. Once the template is ready, you can test this template on local, right? Run this project. So it's deployed. You can test this. So you'll get this console. Once you open this, you can send. You got a response. So you can verify in this way that API is up and running. And once it's up and running, this API, you can publish it over to the exchange. So you pretty much export this, right? Export this API, and then click this Anypoint Studio. So this is reusable format. So once you export this, this will be a jar file, and go to your exchange and publish new as asset, and select the choose the file. Yeah, I've already imported that, so I don't wanna do that again. So you can, it will be imported as a REST API. If you see here, this is a type. So you can download this as a, you can download this REST API. So once it's downloaded, you can import that using a jar file here. This is the option you need to select: package mule application, and browse, and then downloads, which I just downloaded. I put the spec to the wrong file. It's supposed to be for the other raml file. So once it's there, you select that, and then I just I'm just importing that as my own API, right? So I'm trying, let me name it as system, and then click on finish. So developer now. So I just onboarded to the organization, and I'm trying to use this template. So I just renamed this as a um, rename this API as my own API, and will be starting my development pretty much just by opening the implementation file and start building up my project. So this can be a system API, process API, or experience API. So I don't need to worry about any property files, encryptions, and standards, health check. All these are taken care. So this saves a lot of time, right? This is one way. which we have seen so far in the previous sections as well. So in this session, we will see on creating the Maven archetypes in just 10 steps. So create the template project, which we have just done, published it to Exchange, which we have done, and anyone can download from the Exchange as we just downloaded and checked. And once you have that, um, you have to create a archetype.properties in your workspace. So right now I'm using workspace of, so if you want to see your workspace, you can go here and see what workspace you are using. So, so I go to this project, click on properties, and click on this little button here. That will take me to the workspace. So I have this, the folder above that, this is the template API, right? The folder above that is the workspace, right? So here I have created this archetype properties. So this archetype properties will have just these three fields: artifact ID, domain, and API description. So once you have this, save this, and then this is one step, step number 4, and run this command to the template project. So I'm sorry, I have the same in here. So run this command. To run this command to the template project, right? So this is my template API. I go inside this, or just click terminal at the folder, or you can do the command prompt in Windows, and then check if Maven is running. If it is not, then I'm just trying to get that up and running. Is this visible, or do you want me to increase the font? Naresh, do you see this?
It's okay.
Oh, so now my Maven is up and running. I'm trying to use this command. It is like creating a Maven archetype, right? So it says Maven, create an archetype, create from the project, and with these properties. These
Yeah,
properties are,
it seems not visible. Maybe
one
zoom it.
moment.
No, zoom that window should be good. Zoom the
I
window.
don't know.
No, no, maximize that green.
Okay.
Click on that green color. No, on the window. Yeah, it's not entire full screen.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
this one moment.
Okay.
Is this
Yeah.
fine? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm trying to run this command. This command is pretty much, we want to create a Maven archetype on this template project using this command, using this Maven archetype dot properties. Okay. And once you click this, sorry, once you execute this command, this will create, this will build and create a Maven archetype. So above command will generate the generated sources in the target library, target folder. So we let's go back to our template API. Here we have the generated sources in the target folder, which just got created because of that command. So we got the Maven archetypes created. So inside this folder, let's go to archetype, and then source, main, resources, meta nf, and here you will have Maven archetype metadata.xml. This Maven archetype metadata.xml is like the heart of this uh, archetype. So this will have the entire picture, okay, like what files it has, what files it should include, and everything during the during a project creation from the archetype. So I'm mentioning all the details in here like what folder structure it should have. So right now it just have source main resources. This is fine. Uh, so in our project source main resources, inside source main resources, we have few other folder structures like API, extend modules, DWL properties, and all this, right? So we have to mention all this folder structure to the archetype. If not, it doesn't know, like it doesn't import all this into the archetype that from the template. So we have to mention all those details in here. So to save some time, I already got the instructions um, here. So I'm trying to put a, so I'm trying to just enter all the file sets present inside the resource API. You're getting right what I'm trying to do. I'm telling the archetype that it has some more folders um, other than just source main resources. So these folder structures I'm trying to include in the Maven archetype. Okay, once you have them, save that, and then you can execute the command called Maven install upon the folder. So we go back to this folder structure and then Maven archetype here, and then
So is this archetype created from the template project?
yes, right now we are in the yeah.
Okay.
Let me save this up. Then this is fine. So we're trying to get into this archetype and then run Maven install. So we are trying to install this archetype on our local, so that our project will, our system knows that there is an archetype, right? So once build is success, this is being installed to our system. So to verify that, you go to your M2 folder here, and in the repository, go to the go to the
AF something.
yeah. So go to this group ID, whatever is there on your project group ID. You'll see this template API. So it's there. Once it's there, knows that we have a archetype there. So now you can build your project on top of this archetype. So to build that, there is another command. This is the Maven archetype command, which will be this command is same you see here in the presentation. Just for since I can't copy it from here, I just have this in this Visual Studio. So this has all the dynamic values. Dollar indicates that it has to take this dynamic value. So you can have this command with all the details, what version, runtime version 4.3.0, what munit version, right? And also what org ID. These are not any new details. These are the same details that you have in here: group ID, artifact ID, version ID, packaging, and all this, so that it understands. Maven understands that we are trying to build a project based on the which has already been installed on local, right? So I copy this command and try to execute that wherever we wanna have the project created. So right now we are at which location? We are inside this. Okay. So I tried. Okay, let's create a project in the documents. So I'm trying to execute this project here. So this command here, and the name of my new project will be example experience API. Okay, and click on enter. So it's just asking for you the are these the details? Artifact ID is example. Uh, these are the versions. Say yes, then it will create. So if you see on my documents, I got this example experience which just got created. So this is another a project. So you go back to your AnyPoint Studio and import the project from the file system, example experience, just like you import any project and finish. I think during the import I put the name as private API template. So yeah, this is how you import. So this is the 10-step process for getting the Maven archetypes. Simple 10-step process you can follow. And you can also make enhancements to this. So uh, I want to show you the script, generate script. So I've developed this script. This script has pretty much all the automation, and this is like an interactive mode, right? To execute this again, we are already running out of time. We'll skip that part for now. Let's uh, continue with the quiz session. What do you think, Naresh?
Yeah, I already extended. If you want to continue, we can continue till 6:30. But however, you can take up as a part three as well if you feel so, right?
Yeah, we'll take it in the next session. So far,
Okay.
I don't want to overload
Yeah, yeah,
information. Yeah.
that's fine. Let's have a
Okay.
quiz.
Yeah, let's get the quiz section here. So if you all take your mobiles and scan QR code, it will take you to a site where you have to enter your name and you are ready to take participate in this quiz session. We have 5 questions. If you answer them, the fastest fingers first. So if the faster you answer the correct answer, you will get more points. And once you get, yeah, these are all the symbols you can click on, and I can see them right now. I am seeing like thumbs up, few members, and yeah, few heart symbols. And or you can just go to this website and enter this code, or you can just scan this QR code. I just made it simpler so that you can just scan and start the quiz. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes. Once you are all there, we'll start the quiz. Naresh, were you able to scan, get in?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm not entering, but I can see that.
Okay. So as per this count, I see 5, 6, 7, 8. So I see pretty much all participants are there. I also see some aggressive players here. Nice. Okay. Let's get started then. So how many people we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people are participating. Okay. I'm about 10 just joined. Awesome. Are you guys ready? Okay. Answer fast to get more points. So this is the first question. How to design MuleSoft application? The options are using Anypoint Studio, using Swagger, using Postman or SOAP UI, using Design Center RAML. Click on the right answer. Time's up. Nice. So we design the Anypoint, sorry, we design the MuleSoft application using RAML. So that is the correct answer. We develop the Anypoint, sorry, we develop the MuleSoft application using, developing is using the Anypoint Studio. I know it's little tricky, but RAML is the right answer. Good job. So let's see who got more points here. Astosh is the lead. Let's go to the next question. Where can we import RAML dependencies? Your options are Runtime Manager, Anypoint MQ, Maven Repository, Anypoint Exchange. You guys entered before the time. Nice. Excellent. And the leaderboard shows Astosh is still the lead. Igwai position is in second position. Let's go to the third. What is Exchange? And a batch job to update data to the server, place to monitor API logs, hub to access API connectors, templates, documents, and more, and server to deploy APIs. I think most of the people got it right. Excellent. Good job, guys. And the leaderboard shows good comeback. Astosh is still the lead. Igwait is in second position. Love site is in third. And the last question for today, sorry, fourth question. Template cannot include. What cannot a template include? API specific functionality and transformations. It cannot include a YAML or a property files. What cannot a template include? Yeah, so a template can include parent POM, it can have the property files, it can have the YAML, but it cannot have the API specific functionality and transformation. It's specific to the API. Specific, and we are trying to put that in the template, then it's completely different, defeating the whole point of it, right? So that's the answer. Good job, Prashant. And the last question for today, and you can earn some credits, right, Naresh?
Yes,
If
yes.
the
So yeah,
Yeah,
top three people get vouchers of their choice for any training or certification.
so this is the last question that you can grab this opportunity. Advantages of using API template. Option one, developers need not anymore. Developers need not build APIs from scratch. Developers can skip documentation. Development and monitoring is taken care.
Oh,
Very
great.
nice. Excellent.
It's a competition, quiz competition. They need to read quickly the quick sentence.
Right.
So we have, oh, Saddam
Astosh is
came in.
leading. Yeah.
Ashutosh. These guys, top three guys, Ashutosh, Vigavit, and Saddam. Uh, put your email IDs so that we can request for the vouchers. Ashutosh, Vigavit, and Saddam.
Yeah,
Can you
please
type your
provide your email address in the chat of our presentation here.
okay? Nice, Ashutosh. Then Vigavit. Thanks, Vigavit. Thanks for encouraging us and providing this. Jyoti, it's really good presentation. I hope many people have got some benefit out of it.
Sure. Thank you, Naresh. Thank you, everybody, for giving your valuable weekend time for us and joining us. We'll see you next time as well.
Yeah, thanks, Nilesh, Astosh.
Excellent. We have really good participants today, and quiz also went really well. Very happy about it. Anything else, Naresh? You would like?
One second, I think. Yeah, we're good. And stop recording.